Yeah, I think Spudnet packed up then for some reason. I don't know why. It just died a death. Hello, Gary. How are we doing? Yeah, it's weird. You talk about potatoes and the internet goes off. I don't know why it does that randomly, just disconnects for no reason. I'm just glad that people in the chat, tell me that it's because otherwise I'd be sat here talking to myself. If I didn't know anybody in chat, they'd just think I'd gone, and I'd be sat here talking to myself because there's quite a delay, and then all of a sudden I see numbers drop. Spuds on the tracks, yeah, that's it. I'm only thinking that. I think Heather's passed a bit of Spudnet over to me. All that potato talk, and we've gone. It disconnects. Hello, Yorkshire Railway Adventures. How are we doing? Get your free Spudnet, yeah. Yeah, I'm just in the mood for a jacket potato now with all this Spud talk. Teesside Train Spotting, you have 49 subs, excellent. So you'll be able to live stream in another sub. It's my fault for starting the Spud chat. I hate the smell of browning mince. I hate the sound of browning mince. I feel there's a song in there somewhere. It sticks to you, the smell. I am 13, they have changed streaming until the age of 16, have they? Alright, I didn't know that. Class song you made up earlier, which song was that, Senga? I feel like I've made a few songs up today, not quiet. It's been a very musical day today. Oh, hey up, Manilow's here. Manilow's here. You know I can't smile without you. Teesside, one away. What you need to do, Teesside, is just change your age on YouTube. I was laying in the bed last night eating champ with melted butter, watching Blue Lights. I turned to Carl and said, "How Irish can you get?" Oh yeah, it's pretty Irish, is that? Champ and melted, but what's champ again? Heather, remind me what champ is. Champ. How Irish can you get? Yeah, Blue Lights. I'm going to start watching that. I love that series, Blue Lights. Nearly got up and did a wee rendition of River Dance to top it. I'm his 50th sub. There you go. Teesside, you've got 50 now. All you need to do is go to YouTube and change your age and you're away. I'm singing the sash. I'm singing the sash. What's the other one height that you have? I can't remember what Champs is. Champ is a mashed spuds with chopped scallions in. Oh, spring onions, got you. Mashed spud with spring onions in, yeah. I love spring onions. Spring onions, and you should cut spring onions up fine, and next time you have baked beans, put them in your baked beans, and wow, you don't have to change baked beans into something else. Spring onions cut up fine and chuck them in baked beans. Oof. Molly Malone does potatoes with something called cockaliki or something like that. I've had soup, I think. I think they do tin soup called cockaliki. Yeah, double tap that screen. Cockaliki. I'm sure that's a soup, unless I'm mistaken. For my 50 sub special, I'm going to do some train spotting. Yeah, you need to do a live stream, Teesside. Change your age in YouTube settings. Tell them you've leapt up in 3 years and you're aware. Yeah, it's nice weather here at the moment, unbelievably. It's not overly warm, but it's not bad. I'll be late tonight before I have any tea, because if I do have any, because it's not long since I had a nasty chicken sandwich from Tesco, which had pineapple on it. I mean, why would you put pineapple in a sandwich with chicken? What's going on there? What's all that about? Pineapple and chicken together on the same sandwich. I think it's a leak. Yeah, had pineapple on it. I couldn't believe it. Yeah. What a horrendous mix. It was I think it was like a Christmas special or something. I don't know. I just saw the chicken and picked it up. Didn't realise there was pineapple in it and all. Certainly wasn't something. The cannabis kid, when's the train coming? Soon. Pineapple, Chris, correct. I know. I don't know what it was saying. It was something. It was something peculiar, and it weren't little chunks of pineapple. They were quite big chunks. You know. It was like a pineapple ring that had been sliced up into little bits. So I flipped some of them out here so wildlife can eat them. Excellent about pineapple fans. I don't mind pineapple, I'm not against it. In fact, pineapple's good for you. But good for your joints, apparently, is pineapple. Because my mates who had a hip replacement on 1st of March, the actual surgeon said to him, you know, he said, don't eat bananas, eat pineapple, because he told him, he said, well, I've been eating quite a few bananas, and bananas are good for your bones, but they're only good for your bones if your bones are already good, if that makes sense. If you've got a bone that's badly worn, by eating these foods that help bones, can actually make the pain worse, because new bone tries to form and all that sort of mumbo jumbo, if you get what I'm on about. So you know, you really don't want that happening. You know, so and surgeon said to him, eat some pineapple, tinned pineapple, or a fresh pineapple if you don't mind hacking it up. Well, there's no way I'm buying a full-size pineapple. I don't even know where to start with one. Have you seen them? They're scary looking things. I love cream bleach. Just make them and put them in with pasta, with cheese, a wee bit of salt and black pepper. Yeah, sounds good. I mean, what's trying to come in car now? Bugger off. No, it's mashed potatoes with leeks like collard. And sausage links. Oof. Hello, Vassia. We're still here. Soon there's going to be a freight train coming around that corner. Soon? I don't know when, but soon. It's due at 26 minutes past. It's what they call the engineers train. I haven't had to put my umbrella up this afternoon. I thought I would have done, but I haven't. It's good. Cold cannon. Cold cannon. Oh, yeah, I've had that cold cannon. I know what it is now. It's mashed with cabbage in it, or cabbage and stuff in it. Yeah, my delivery woman puts that on the menu every now and then, cold cannon mash. And it's got a lot of cabbage in it and stuff. Very nice. Yeah. Because at first when she first brought it, I thought, what on earth's that? Cold cannon mash. But it's got cabbage and things in it, and hello, Badger, how we doing? How's it going, Badger? We start talking about food and Badger pops up. Correct. Yep, that's just what I thought. Either we were talking about food and then up pops Badger. He must have smelt our conversation. I make a great cold cannon. I would imagine you do. I think that cold cannon, you know, just to change it a bit. Rail News, Leeds to York will be off from 20th December to 26th of January due to engineering work and signal upgrades. Excellent. I reckon if you got that cold cannon mash and sort of shaped it into a round shape, I bet you could put that in frying pan, you know, that cold cannon, and make sort of almost like a fritter out of it or something, if you get me drift. You know what I mean? Something along them lines. Put it in a fry. You know, you could actually fry it up, and I bet it even just adds more to it, if you know what I mean. How's it going, Stuart? I could envisage that cold cannon mash. Shape it into like round shapes, like burger shapes, and then whip it, put it in frying pan for a few minutes, whipping it over. It'd make like a sort of potato cake style thing. Hello, Chinese person. Hello. 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 Hi, hello. A wee bit of Philadelphia butter and milk. Philadelphia, I never thought of that. Philadelphia, I love that. I love that Philadelphia cheese and all. I used to get that other one, Primula, in squirty tubes, and get a packet of Ritz crackers, and it were ideal in a squirty tube. You could just, yeah, I bet it's good, cold cannon, fried up. You know what I mean? You make some sort of like potato cakes sort of thing out of it. I bet it's really tasty. I love the smell of bubble and squeak. Yeah, well, that's what it'd come out like, wouldn't it? A bit like bubble and squeak. I love Philadelphia cheese. Like I say, I used to get Primula in squeezy tubes and a packet of Ritz crackers, and that's it, I would away. Oh yeah. It were perfect because you didn't know you need no utensils. You just get a packet of Ritz crackers and you could just squeeze it out a tube and pop it straight onto the cracker, and it were perfect. No need for no knives, no mess, no plate, no nothing. It were a real perfect scenario. Loved it. Ever, me too, yeah. And last year, somebody gave me last year, a year before, Jeanette, you remember better than me. Somebody gave me a cheese hamper. Do you remember that, Jeanette? All these different flavours of cheese in like wax round things. They were coated in wax in like round things. My mashed potatoes are butter with a little bit of potato milk. Yeah, it was like a cheese hamper. My God, there were some strange flavours of cheeses in that, but they went down well. They were like all wrapped in like, in wax cases, all different flavours. They were a good one though, because it was Marks and Spencer's cheese hamper. And what happened? I think somebody gave it to my mum, and my mum's not right into cheese, so she handed it over to me. And there were some really weird flavours in it. Egg makes spuds fluffier, right? It's probably the egg white that does it. Not that I'm any sort of cooking expert at all, but the egg white perhaps does a bit, makes it fluffier. Pardon me. I used egg to make potato cakes German style. Sounds excellent. Can't taste eggs, you wouldn't know, but honestly, class smash. Right? Does it come out as good as smash mash? The aliens mash. Hello, Reed2's Cookhouse. How are we doing, Reed2's Cookhouse? Blimey, you've come in on right conversation. That's all we've spoke about for the last hour is grub and food. I can confirm, I think the freight train is here. It is. It's creeping round the corner under that bridge. like to weed drink, we were all a joke. Like to weed drink, we were all a joke. Yeah. My dinner in hospital Christmas Day got custard, spuds and pudding. My dinner saying it was white sauce and stuff. Yeah. I think I won't fall. I love custard now. Especially homemade custard when it sets and it gets the skin on top. Oh yeah, that is the one. You know, proper custard that sets and gets the skin on. Gets the skin on top. You know, Mum used to make trifles. She did at Christmas, and she used to get Swiss rolls and smash them up. Them Swiss rolls, smash them to bits, and then jelly and everything, and then she'd put a big wedge of custard on, and it used to set your skin on it, and then she'd put squirty cream and all sorts of stuff on top of that, and then sprinkle it with hundreds and thousands. I've had hospital food since I was 5, so my memory's not right good on that one. Custard attack. When I was last in hospital, flipping doctors and nurses used to walk around with cigarettes in their mouths. Imagine that nowadays. Doctor walking around wide with a fag in his gob. Hello, Ritu's Cookhouse. How are we doing again? Yeah, they just vape on the wide. Yeah, I know. It always makes me laugh when you watch the episodes of Heartbeats and that surgeon, I forgot his name. Mr. God, what's his bloody name? The old guy, he's a surgeon. Oh, God. Can't remember his name, but he's there talking to him outside at bed with a massive pipe in his mouth burning away. I think he's called Mr. Rose, Dr. Rose, I think. The old guy. Now they just vape on the ward, yeah. Heartbeat, yeah, that's it. How much time later train come? I don't know, there'll be something along soon. There always is, there will be a little bit of a lull, there always is from 1/2 the hour to 1/4 to. There's always a bit of a lull. And I'll just see if the log train's coming or not. Just see if the log train's going to make an appearance. It might do and it might not. I'll check the timetable. Yeah, the log train, but it's not for another 1/2 hour, but it's on its way. That'll be my last train of today with the logs. When the logs go through, it's time to go. I was watching our old home films and everyone was smoking. Yeah. It's unbelievable, isn't it, when you look back? It was the same at my house. I mean, there were only my dad smoked, but good Lord, it was the same. But if any of his friends came around, they all had a fag. Yeah. And everybody used to smoke in pubs, and I can remember people, when they smoked on planes, you get on plane and people smoked. Hello, Elizabeth Hernandez. How are we doing, Hernandez? How's it going, Elizabeth? Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what my grandma were like that. She used to smoke literally one after another. And she'd cook with one dangling out of her mouthful, my grandma. She'd be there stirring a pan with a silk cut dangling out of her gob. I often wonder how many people got a bit of fag ash in their food at my grandma's. Always tasted good though. Oh, definitely, no doubt about it. And I know, I think since when they used to smoke on planes, I used to think there were a lot less aggro on planes. I think people get a bit more stressed out now on planes with smoking job, but I think you're too young, Teesside. What year were you born? If you've got to be born after 2009, what year were you born? Yeah. Yeah, and everybody used to, it would definitely, you know, I think when they banned smoking, I think it finished a lot of pubs out off on quiet. What makes me laugh? All right, yeah. What makes me laugh is they banned smoking in hospitals and everything, and now when you pull up at the hospital near me, the Blackburn Royal Infirmary, well, no, it's not called that. It's the Royal Blackburn Hospital. It's now called, and there'll be people stood outside with drips connected to them and all sorts, having a fag in doorway. I mean, that looks ridiculous. And yet they used to have smoking rooms inside, but they've got rid of them now. Surely it's better to have people in a smoke room rather than stood at front door. My late husband's uncle used to make the homemade stuffing eggs when everyone would like, oh, Bobby, that's beautiful. He'd say, ah, it's secret ingredient. It's addictive. I'd change my date of birth. Excellent. Yeah, it's they're not drips, they're family. I've seen it loads of times though. You know, they've got wheelchairs, they've sat in wheelchairs, they've got drips and all sorts of, you know, bits and bats attached to them, and they've stood in doorway with the dressing gowns. And I'm thinking, that can't be good. Give them, you know, put the smoke rooms back, because they used to have smoke rooms. I remember, because they used to have extractors in them and everything, you know. But you're only 13, Teesside train spotting. Just by changing your date of birth doesn't change your age. You know what I mean? You may be able to do live stream now because you've changed your age, but it doesn't actually change your age, does it? You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, all it is a little blue spanner. It doesn't really mean anything. Apart from it's a blue spanner. A fella asked a nurse I know to give him a bed bath because he said he couldn't do it. She said, oh, but you can walk yourself to the front door for a cig. You can do it yourself. So, yeah, that's true. True enough. You know, they always manage to get to the front door for a fag. Yeah. I thought for a minute then I were in Alaman TT. 4 of them come rattling past. That's the invisible trains, yeah. There were more, 4 of them. There's usually only 2. That's the first time I've seen 4 of them. yeah, it's I get it, but I get the business about not smoking, but why couldn't they just have a room in a pub where you can go and smoke or something? Problem is, you probably find that room will be packed and there'll be nobody in the rest at pub. Yeah. So you're not so bad if you're allowed to vape, because lots of the places around here, you're not even allowed to have a vape. Over here, some of them, it's no smoking and no vaping. You know, so you go to the toilet for a pee and having a quick puff on your vape. Yeah. Oh yeah, when you smoke in your house. I can remember when I lived at home and we both stopped smoking. Well, first of all, I stopped smoking in 2003. And God, man, you moved a picture on wall and it was, you know, they were a different colour when you moved a picture. Yeah. And it's the age limit, the aging for drinking over in America's higher, isn't it, than what it is here? Is it 21 in America? I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, now there's no smoking, kids are everywhere, yeah. See, I mean, half the kids I see are all vaping now. Even you see them going to school and stuff, puffing on a vape. Something to be fair. You call them, but we all did the same thing back in there, I suppose. God, we used to have a van that used to come to school, a Kenyans van, and it used to sell cakes. You could buy cakes and pies off him, and you could also buy a single fag off him for 10p. He used to sell single fags as well, and that was Kenyans van. You could buy a single fag off him, so you get a jam donut and a single fag for like 15 pence. Them were the days. Hello, Ford Mustang, how are we doing? "18 over here. We were taken to the bars from no age, sat up beside Grandpa, a bag of tatty cheese and a glass and bottle of coke, while he had vodka. Put some bets on, yeah. I used to love it, that me, when on the rare occasions when I'd go in pub with my dad, and it was very rare, it weren't often. It was usually Saturday afternoon, it were, if it ever happened. A long time ago, when I was only about somewhere between 10 and 12. And I used to think it was a novelty, and it used to stink. You know, the pubs used to stink when you just walked past the door of fags and beer. You know what I mean? Yeah. Funny, when we were young, before 16, we didn't do much drinking. We were more into just chilling out, having a fag, but we didn't do much drinking. Blimey, where's my violin? And it's funny how times change. You can never decide whether they change for the better or worse. But I don't think drink's a big thing around here with kids. It doesn't seem to be. I don't see young kids much about wandering around drunk, you know, teenagers, late teens even, drunk, not like they used to be. When we were sort of like between 16 and 20. Everybody were drunk. I don't seem to see it now. Aye, times were hard. Used to have some drinks and then go ice skate, so I couldn't imagine myself ice skating after a few beers. Bad enough sober ice skating. I'd be one of them that has to get one of them plastic penguins to fly around on. The kids have them plastic penguins on skis. I've only ever been ice skating twice and it was a disaster. Yeah, well, when I was 16, I used to go in pubs when I was 16. And to be fair, I used to know the landlords, so there were never any problem. They weren't bothered. I used to go all the time, I had my own speeds. Oh, God, no. I went twice with kids when they were young. When they were about, I don't know, 8, 10-year-old. So it's not that long ago. 10, 12 years ago. And, oh my God, it was disastrous. Disastrous. They were holding my hands and they were right good at it, dragging me around, and I'm flipping, falling on my backside and banging my head and all sorts. It's a wonder I came out of there alive. When he used to figure skating, got really good, but then got bored of it. Gave it up, yeah. It's funny how kids do that. One of mine got into dancing, you know, and she did some stage shows and everything at the Red Brick Theatre, you know, and she got into all this dancing and performing. Started doing that and gymnastics as well, but then as they grow older they lose interest and change their mind and do other things. Once more, spent 2 hours clinging to the sides. But yeah, I would say I'm at ice skating, clinging on for my life. God, them ice skating shoes are not the comfiest things to wear either. We had a pond on our farm. My parents and siblings went ice skating all the time. My ma still has got my skates that have never been worn. Yeah, I thought they were so uncomfy, the ice skating boots. I think they were designed though, weren't they, so you didn't break your ankle. Hello, Russian person. Yeah. Yeah, well that's what mine were like. Well, one of mine were. Emily, the one who's now being a doctor, but she was, well, they both were into gymnastics because they entered in international things. They did. I remember having to go to this place miles away, and they were in this flipping gymnastics competition, and they were really good at it. And then from that, then Emily moved on to doing these shows at this theatre. So I went to a few of them. And she was obviously good at that and dancing and all that lot, and then they just, like you say, they get bored of it, don't they, and change the thing, change what they want to do. To the daughter, she's still at the restaurant where she's been since she was 16. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Yeah, she was class at theatre, her voice really stood out, and she was on stage, but she said she had too much stage fright. Yeah. Yeah, mine was the same, she was good at it. She did it for about 3 years. Did that, and alongside gymnastics, they sort of went together really. But seemed to be when she got to the age of 16, that was the end of it all. Because she used to star with a chap off Coronation Street, that young lad who, but to be honest, I can't stand him on Coronation Street. That young lad, I think he's Peter Barlow's son, and she used to do shows with him. I forgot his name, but he's like got curly hair, mixed. Well, he looks a little bit mixed race. I don't think he is. Yeah, proper stage right. Yeah, I can't remember his name, but I'm sure he's Peter Barlow's son in Coronation Street. Young lad. She did a few shows with him. There was a time I thought she'd. How old Trains and Travels are you? How are we doing? Pardon me. Because I thought she'd really get into it and go somewhere with it, but not to be. She changed her path, her career path. Like they do. Well, gotta bounce. This lasagna ain't gonna cook itself. Catch you later, Heather. And enjoy the... Oh, it's not for you, is it? It's for Wayne's. The lasagna. Catch you later, Heather. My middle daughter was a kid in a choir that sang the loudest, but couldn't sing. I thought it was hilarious. The other parents were so much... Not so much. See you later, Heather. Hello. Hello, Fernando Gutierrez Lopez. How are we doing? Gutierrez Lopez. How's it going? Midges flying in the decline, eh? Friend asked me to be his best man today, but I had to decline. Not practical for me to do it, being a courier. Yep, I get your drift, Stuart. I've only ever been a best man once ever. A long time ago. Disappointed, but that's life, yeah. That is life. You're right there, Stuart. If somebody asked me to do it now, I wouldn't do it. I would always encourage my daughter to sing louder, telling her no one could hear her, so she would. And we all had a good laugh. Excellent. That's one Ape GT. How are we doing? Hello there. After this log turn's been, I think that'll be it. There's much else happening. Congratulations, you've just won a £50 tea move voucher. Yeah, I'm sure I have. I'm sure I have. Like they're just going to give a £50 voucher just like that. I don't think so. Oh, there's no escaping you lot, is there? When she sang at home, I would tell her to go outside because I had an headache. I really was doing it to annoy the neighbours. Watering the foliage. Well, there's no catching you out, Jeanette, is there? I even stood away from microphone then. Oh, hey up, who's this? Got a new kid on the block. A new woman. Got a new woman. Never seen this one before. Yeah, she's never walked past before that one. Walking a little black dog. And she's definitely a new person. About, I would estimate age, about mid to late 40s, I'd say. Bad to tell. She had quite a thick coat on, but yeah. Long, quite long, well, shoulder length, black, long hair. Say hi, there's no chance of that happening, saying no way. I just haven't got, no, she's not in my league, I don't think. What do you mean she's not? No, I'm not in her league, sorry. Got that the wrong way around. I'm not in her league, I'm afraid. She's in my league, but I'm not in her league. I'd be better off hanging around outside old people's homes. Maybe I'd get more of a chance there. Yeah, she right to my league, I think, definitely. Catch you later, Jeanette. See you tonight for the Great British Bake Off. 9 PM. Don't be square, be there. Yeah, I know me worth, and I know what I've half a chance with, and I don't think I had half a chance there. Sometimes you're better off just what are we going to say then? But she was definitely a new one. Not seen her before, ever. Probably never see her again, because usually when it's just a one-off like that, it means they've come down this road just for a change. I can hear the log train. Can't see it, but I can hear it. Scraping scraping my carrots just now. And here comes today's load of wood from Scotland. hear someone up the stairs. No one is in. Oh my God, Senga. Don't say that. Don't say that, Senga. You don't know nobody, no strange folk have sneaked into your house, have they? You're going to investigate, take a pan with you. If cat was here, I would say cat. Right. Has the sound stopped? It's your daughter. All right. She must have sneaked in and you didn't know. Hello, Brit Bondas. How we doing? Wagwan. Oh my God, it was getting louder. Tell her not to sneak in like that again. It's not acceptable. I thought someone was getting lamped there. Getting lamped? Getting a pan over their head. Getting the Senga pan treatment. Saw a car outside, like, saw a car outside, or I could have hit her. Yeah, if you had spotted a car, you'd have gone upstairs and whacked with a frying pan. That'd have gone down well. Ah, the mince in the pan. She could have ended up wearing that. Onions, yeah. Mince on browned onions, scrape my carrots, just chop them and add water. Excellent. Sounds superb. Hello Alex, how we doing? Hello Trains with Georgie, how are we doing? I'm going to go till 5:30 and then that's it. That's the end. That will be the end for today. I need to switch my engine on for a minute because it's getting cold. But you will be able to hear a bit of engine noise, I'm afraid. The camera's right next to my blooming microphone's right next to my engine. So apologies for the sound. But it's getting a bit cold in here. All sorts of trains pass this location. There goes one of them. Passenger, freight, and the occasional steam train. Sorry about the engine noise, but I just have to create a bit of warmth. I'll knock it off in a minute. I've just got the heated seat on. I will turn the engine back off again in a moment. Generate a bit of heat. Bit of heat in my seat. That'll do. Warmed up now. Go home shortly and are you streaming TSW? No, not tonight. Don't think so tonight. Well, maybe tomorrow. Might do one in the morning tomorrow or something like that, but not tonight, because I've other things to do. I've got to do a bit of shopping on my way home, so by the time I get home, it takes me a while to get home from here at this time of night because of the traffic and everything, so I'll probably not get home till sort of 6:30, 7 o'clock by the time I've got home and done my shopping. And tonight I'm going to go home and play my piano for a bit. I'm trying to learn how to play piano, so I keep having a go at that. You know what I mean? Call it a piano. It's actually a. Do you know what the hole in the pot handle for? 6 or 7 o'clock. Do you know what the hole in the pot handle for? Hang on. Let's check this one out. That looks very nice, does that, Sanger? Little carrots and stuff got on the go there. Do I know what the hole in the pot handle for? A pot handle for? Ah, that's what it's for, is it? No, I never knew that. I see. Well, you learn something new every day. I just noticed wooden sleepers on the track closer to you. Surprisingly, they're still wooden. Yes, they are. That's the one track that's still wooden. The rest are concrete, I think. I don't know why that is, but that just says. Yeah, that is the down slow though, is that? So yeah, Badger would have known that. I never knew that, Sanger. I understand now, I've seen it, but you think when you put the spoon through like that any remnants you've got on your spoon, does it not dribble down the handle? You know what I mean? But yeah, to be honest, I'd not noticed they were wooden sleepers. I should have done, but I didn't. And the farthest track away, the branch line that goes off, they're wooden for just round the corner until they meet the other track. I haven't got a favourite train. Y6 or 7, what's that, trains with Georgie? Y6 or 7, what does that mean? Explain yourself. Y6 or 7. Just wipe it before you leave it. Alright, got it. Y6 or 7. 6 or 7 what? Six or 7 o'clock. What's that for? It'll probably be 7 o'clock before I arrive home. After I leave here, it's 20 past 5 now. If I leave here at 20 to 6, if I stop swinging at 5:30, it's another 5 minutes or so before I actually leave, because I have to take all my clobbering off fence, and that takes me a couple of minutes. I have to put it all my way in my bag. So that's it. So it'll be 20 to 6 when I leave here. I'll have to do some shopping. What's gone viral? It's some guy in America that says 6 or 7 because it's a score in America. It's gone viral around the world. Alright, I thought you were on about 6 or 7 o'clock. Right, okay. I haven't a clue what you're on about. There you go. It'll probably be 7 o'clock before I get home, because of I have to do a little bit of shopping on my way home. I have to nip into a shop on my way home and pick up a couple of bits. And then what else? I've got something else to do. I can't remember. So it'll be definitely close to 7 o'clock. Newton Abbot, yeah, I've been there a few times. Not to the station, but I've been to Newton Abbot. I've driven there a few times. I used to deliver to a shop in Newton Abbot. I think it was something like a B&M bargain shop or something like that. It's about 15 years ago now, 20 years ago. 6, 7, that stupid meme, I hate it. Oh, I don't do memes, I don't even know what they're about. As long as my train streams get views, that's all I'm bothered about. Yes, a 390. It's train spotting at Plymouth only because they've still got HSTs. I think it gets about 7 or 8 today. They're getting retired this December and currently only run between Plymouth and Penzance. Yeah. Oh yeah, the days of the HST is numbered now, that's for sure. I only ever see the Network Rail one and the Midland Pullman one up here. Hello Vassia, how are we doing? Yeah, the Network Rail and the Midland Pullman are the only ones I see up here. The Network Rail one tends to come up on a Friday. And the Midland Pullman, that just randomly appears on rail tours, you know. Yeah, I saw that. I've got a few. That Harley train spotting made me. It's an HST and it's got my logo off YouTube on it, or my name off of the YouTube, shall I say, on all the carriages all the way along. That was a 323, yeah. It was. I don't like 323s at all. I think they look a bit, I don't know, a bit dated. I don't know why. Yeah, they are strange looking things. Done it. Is that it? Everybody ready? Oh, they're all got their food ready for them. Looks very nice, Senga, from them photos you sent me. It's very good. Two magpies today, you know. Right in front of my car. Two magpies. Hopping around. Is the bridge you're at on TSW6? Not this bridge, but the one at Crewe is. Because last night we had a look at it. I actually stopped my train under the bridge that I go on at Crewe, and had a fly around and had a look at the bridge to see how good they got it. And it weren't bad, but it weren't correct. It weren't bad though. This bridge though that I'm on now is not on TSW. It will be when they bring out the Preston to Crewe, then it'll be on. But I looked last night on the Crewe to Birmingham, the new one they brought out yesterday, and I had a look at my bridge that I go on at Crewe, and it's very good. It's very close, but there is errors. They put like a curb in. Well, there's no curb. They put a pavement on bridge, you know, approaching the bridge. Well, there is no pavement there. It's a country road. There's no pavements. And they've missed my car out. They could have put my car on. You know, could have put my car on the game. That'd have been well cool. But I've only been there about 4 times. Hello, Michelle Hughes. How are we doing? Is it Michelle or Mikel? It's Michelle, isn't it, that? What part of the world are you in? I think I've asked you this before, actually. Hello, Leah. Jose Edgardo Muir. Hello. Will. ScotRail's HSTs are staying until 2030, apparently. Excellent. Good old ScotRail, keeping them on for a bit. That's what we like to hear. Thank you, Leah, for the thumbs up. Two minutes, I'm going. 5:30, I'm off. I'm going to hit the road. I've done enough here today. I've run out of salt. Oh no. Is that good or bad, Senga? That's bad luck. Is it bad luck to run out of salt? Oh, hellfire. I don't even have any salt in the house. Don't use salt, so I can't run out because I've never had any. You know what I mean? Bad luck to run out of salt. Here's another train just below it. Cabbage and cauliflower. Excellent. There's a lot happening on that cooker top. That's for sure, Senga. There is for sure. There is for sure. Hole in the pot handle is for your stirring spoon. Correct, Heather. Yeah. Lasagna in the oven. Excellent. Homemade lasagna. You just can't beat it. You just can't beat it. And yet when you buy it from the shop, I've bought it loads of times, you know, in the ready meal form. It's not the same. It's just rubbish. It's just not the same at all. My electricity's gone. Oh, my electricity's gone. Oh my God. Going from bad to worse is this thing. First you run out of salt. Now you've run out of electricity. Stay clean, do it all into a plastic bag. Excellent. I've been watching a woman on YouTube playing piano. My God, she's good. You probably... Can you see me? Yes, I can see you. I know. Oh my God. I've no electric. You've no electric? Where's it gone? That's not good, running out of electric. Yeah, I've been watching this woman on YouTube, and honestly, you've never seen piano playing like it. She is unbelievable. She's called Gamazda. GA, the Mazda car with a GA in front of it. GA Mazda, Gamazda. She's Russian. And you want to see her on a piano. Flipping heck. She just texts the Mickey. Spuds on, cauliflower on, but not cooked. Oh dear. It's one you should have a look at her, Ever, if you're ever just bored and you want to see. Unless you probably might even know who she is. I don't know. Hello, Leeds. It's called Gamazda. G-A Mazda, Gamazda. All one word. Russian. Wow. Unbelievable. She's got almost 1 million subscribers on YouTube, and she plays everything. Absolutely everything. On piano. I watched her loads of times, and she's unbelievable. Unbelievable. She plays piano like it's, I don't know. You've got to watch her playing it. It's something else it is. I think it's a power cut. Hit the emergency button. Oh yeah, she's unbelievable, Heather. Just remember that name. Think of the Mazda car and just put GA in front of it. Gamazda, she's called. She plays the piano like I've never heard it before. Unbelievable. She's obviously a top pianist. At first I thought, am I getting AI'd to death? But no, I'm not. I googled her just to see who she was. She graduated from a top Russian music school and all this business. I've got electric, my Wi-Fi is still. No, there must be a fuse tripped or something. Hello, smooth operator, how we doing? Because he's just a smooth operator. Yeah. Oh, she's unbelievable. I've never in my life seen it. And she plays the piano as it's, when she plays a track, she plays it as a Sadie in the chat. She plays the piano as if it's being sung rather than music to go with a singer, if you get me drift. She's just a smooth operator. Gamazda. Yeah. Yeah, she plays the bit where you actually sing, you know what I mean? She actually plays the tune as they sing it, you know what I mean? Rather than a tune to go with a singer, sort of thing. Unbelievable. You know, she does every song she does, and it's not classic. Oh, she does do classical music. It's all rock, pop, everything. She does everything you've heard of. Rock, pop, heavy metal, the lot. All of it. I think she just uploaded a new video which popped up on my thing, and I think it's, I forgot what it is. Oh no, that's a Simon and Garfunkel one. She just uploaded. It's a while. That's an old one, is that? But it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. The old temperature's dropping here now. The sun's still up, but it's very low. Soon drops off. There's the temperature when the sun starts to go. Hello, Teesside train spotting back again, I see. Wi-Fi is going off. Whose Wi-Fi? Trip was down. Oh, you've tripped it, you see, Sanger. You've got too many pots on the go at once. You've overloaded it. Wi-Fi is going off. Whose Wi-Fi is going off? Yours? I'm just got a tour from Northern Class 156. It will be on my channel tomorrow. Excellent. New cooker keeps tripping, right? It's overloaded. Is the hob electric or gas, Senga? Is it electric hob? I don't know why I'm asking you this, because I can probably see off the photograph. Might be wired in the right. Might be wired in the right. Yeah. My next goal is 100. Catch you later, trains with Georgie. See you later. My next goal is 100, yeah, T-Sowie. You've got to start somewhere. I mean, end of July, I only had 200 at end of July. 200 subscribers, that's all I had. When I went into August, I only had 200. And then I did a live stream early August, and it just took off from there. I ran out of pasta sheets on my lasagna, added extra cheese on top, say nothing. Yeah, nobody will notice either. I bet it tastes good, if not better, with a bit of extra cheese on it. Had to use the last of my Himalayan salts. Oh, right. Himalayan salts. What's a Himalayan salts? That's posh. Lots of posh, cheap people here with posh food. Has anybody heard Edward Osmond's not working and everything else went offline? Right. Lol me salt, you pasta. Lol me salt, you pasta. It's pink. Alright. I have a wee salt lamp to scrape. Yeah. I thought you were being serious then for a minute until you said salt lamp. Yeah, I know what you're on about. You could always go and have a walk around the streets and find a salt bin for snow. Just get a bit of that. Everybody else was down yesterday on Roblox. Excellent. One behind me. Bloody things melt over time. I didn't realise that I was that. That's the water under my lamp. My mum always told me never to run out of salt, because it's bad luck, Senga. Hello, Carl Shell, how are we doing? Look at the sun on them trees now, how they've all lit up the colours on them trees. Losing the plot slowly but surely. When the sun goes down, it lights them trees up across the side of the track. That's me trying to be all arty and fancy. I don't normally go around looking at trees when the sun catches them. Hello, Thomas Franz, how are we doing? I think there's more people watch this stream more for the chat quality than the actual stream. More for the crack, as you say. No trains on the north side of Dublin this week. I take it you're in Ireland, Carl. Oh, class. 3 o'clock woman. Ellie, come to the stream. Oh, class. 3 o'clock woman, welcome to the stream. I'm lost. Some dirty bastards emptied their bin all over the street. Oh dear. Yeah, made you look. Yeah, it would make me look that actually, Sanger. Right. I'd love that. Saying that she'd come on and probably say something like, "What are you doing talking about me every time I walk past?" Probably end up getting in trouble. I've always lived in Dublin. Oh, you must be where Tommy is. Tommy, who usually comes at Chatties in Dublin. And Heather was in Dublin a few weeks ago at the old Oasis concert. Just you sing Smooth Operator. Yeah, I just said she's just a smooth operator. She is a smooth operator. Yeah. My cooking work is done for the day. Excellent, Sanger. Everything's grand. I'm Shirley. I was Shirley. Me and my mini camper van, yeah. Car camper van. On tour in Dublin at the Oasis concert. It's about that little car. I don't even need to look at the title on the stream. I just look for that little bobbling head on dashboard and I know who it is. I live near Dublin Airport. Excellent car. Just to add Bisto. Me and Bob Ross go everywhere, yeah. That little head bobbling around. I always know as soon as I see a stream and I see that little head on dashboard, I think I know who that is. Me and Bob go everywhere. He says, beat the devil out of it. You hit the button. Yeah, Heather's son has a twin car, yeah. I forgot about that, yeah. Want to go to Whitehead, Heather. I know it's weird to get used to. Maria was like, which one's yours? Yeah. You just said to her, mine's the one with the dog rug trapped in back door. I've been watching, I've just subscribed. No. My friend got that car to the same colour. We call it Diva because of its reg. DVA. Alright, got you. To go to mechanics to get my back door open. My passenger door handle stopped working for some reason. You can't open the passenger door from outside. I don't know why, it's just stopped. But owing to the fact that I never ever have passengers, it's something that's not really been high up on my list of importance. But yeah, DVA, Diva car, yeah. Well, my registration's my initials. Well, partly my initials anyway. It's IBB. 71 people watching. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you want to. Well, I'll go to 6 o'clock, and then there's a class transport museum up here in Belfast called, you'd like that. I'm sub to Mousy, does live streams down Dublin. I watch him a lot. Mousy. I'll have a look at that. I'll take a screenshot of that. Mousy. Remember. Don't forget, Heather, when you've got a minute, when you're bored at some point, just have a look at Gamazda. Unbelievable. I can't stop watching him, eh? Late at night, if there's nothing else on YouTube, I just put her on and I fall asleep to her playing. I mean, don't get me wrong, she is quite easy on the eye as well, but that is not the reason why I watch her. Can you believe me? I do lives in Dublin. I do lives in Dublin. Excellent. I shall have a look, Carl. That's it. Everybody sub to each other. Caring is sharing. Everybody sub to each other. That's the way. Easy on the eye, but that is not why. Well, she is easy on the eye, Heather, I must admit, but her piano playing skills are unreal. I'll be honest, when I first watched the video, I thought, is this AI or am I getting conned here? But she's got thousands of videos and on the channel, and also I looked her up on Google, and she's genuine. And she is a proper musician that graduated from some top music school in Moscow. Because I found a channel that reviews other piano players, and this guy was talking about her. He says she says she's unbelievable, and she is. It's unbelievable to listen to her. But I mean, she's nice looking. I won't deny that. Her piano playing is the way she plays it. It's honestly, it's just unbelievable to watch. And the amount of different pianos she plays as well, I noticed. God forbid. Loads of different pianos, and they're all well set up in, like, you know, she doesn't just play any up, she like sets it up so the, you know what I mean, it's proper job. It's good. You need to look at the channel. Just don't forget it. Don't forget it. She's my #1 piano channel, apart from yours, Heather. She's my second piano channel. My second music channel. Just got to get those automobiles, Carl, and you'll have a full house. When are you planning to go to these? So at some point, I definitely am planning. There's no doubt about it. I know I keep saying this, but I am going to do. Without a doubt. It'll be somewhere up the sort of like Thirsk, North Allerton, somewhere up that sort of neck of woods, because that's the easiest for me to get. That's the easiest for me to get to, is that. You know, somebody the other night suggested somewhere in Peterborough. That's just too far. I mean, it's too far to go. It's Peterborough. It took me like 3.5, 4 hours to get there. Just gotta get those all. I do planes. Yes, yeah, same machine. You should do North Allerton Station. Yeah, I've actually looked at that. Hello, Echo Music Productions. How are we doing? So it's not a case of just finding a spot. I need to be able to park somewhere. And if I'm going to be sat there for hours, I need to be sat in my car, comfy and warm. You see, I've got to think about all that. I could go to any railway station and sit there and freeze to death for hours, but I ain't doing that. You know what I mean? Like here I am now, I'm sat in my car, and it's comfy and it's warm, and my camera's on the fence outside. And I just have a long wire going to it, so I never have to worry now about it charging, you know what I mean? I'm going to do my Hallid Alley if someone doesn't come and clean up their bins. Yeah, that'd annoy me, that, Heather. We've got a cheeky bugger who comes and puts black bags in our alley for some reason, right outside of our building. And we've even put cameras up, and they've still managed to evade it. They've sort of like, we watch the video back, and all you see is an arm come round corner at building, round the gable end, and drop a bag off, and then an arm comes round again and drops another bag off. It's annoying. But somebody keeps doing it. See, they always tend to do it on bin day. You know what I mean? So the problem is, on bin day, I can't park my car in back in the alley next to the house, because obviously the dustbin wagon has to get down, so I can't park outside my door on bin day. So I always park on the front street, which I do most of the time. Only time I park in alley is when there's no parking spaces. But if I could put my car in on Wednesday night before bin day, it would pick them up. You know what I mean? My camera in my car would pick them up, putting the bags out, but because it's bin day, I can't park my car there. It's a bit of a catch-22. Knowing there is rubbish laying around outside will haunt my dreams. Yeah. I wish Highland had a train, like real-time trains. Yeah. One day it probably will have. But yeah, it annoys me, that really, that would bug me and all. I mean, there's a few crazy things go on around Broadway that wind me up there, people. You know, they just, with bins. And some people, you know, they just put the bin out and they don't retrieve it at the end of the day. So when you come home, you're like having to do a massive bin shuffle. And they're not even your bins, because people can't be bothered to bring them back in. You know what I mean? They just leave them out. My house is in an alleyway, so we have to take our bins to the end of the road, plus no parking at the end of the alley due to it being a bus stop. Right, got you. Yeah. Hello, Purd Beer. How we doing? Yeah. Yeah, it bugs me, that. There's a few bins, and it's the same bins every single week, because I know the numbers on them. And they just leave them scattered all over back alley. So if I want to park, I have to do a big tidying up session of bins before I can even park. You know what I mean? And I put our bin out. And, you know, but the rest of the people just don't seem to care after bin wagon's been. The bin can be sort of just left there for days until they actually need it. And then they'll go then and retrieve it. about it. It's blooming annoying. Yeah. That happens a lot. That's something else that happens up our way. You'll put your bin out and some clown will come and put something in it that's not allowed on top. And so your bin doesn't get emptied. We had it, well, it's a few months back now. We put our recycling bin out, which is supposed to have recycling, and some idiot who just bought a TV put all the polystyrene in our bin off the TV, and polystyrene's not recyclable, and they just put a sticker on it saying, sorry, your recycling was contaminated, we couldn't empty it. All because of somebody else. Well, we're fuming, I will. Oh yeah, well, I know. I remember the one incident, Heather, where you said the bin were too heavy, but so you could move it, but the bin man couldn't. That were nonsense. That too heavy for him to move, but you managed to wheel it around all right. That's ridiculous. I remember you telling us about that. I mean, we're lucky on our street. Our bin man actually lives on our street. Martin is called, and he's our 8. So, you know, he knows the score a bit, does Martin. So he's pretty good. No. Hello, Crypto, how are we doing? How's it going, Crypto? Hello, Severus Snape. Your father was a swine. Get out, Potter. Hello, Tim, how are we doing? Yeah, I had somebody in this morning asking me to say some lines out of Harry Potter. Somebody come in and asked me to say something about going to a page in a book or something. I thought, what are they on about this lot? I said, yeah, it's out of Harry Potter film. Professor Snape says it. Will you say these lines? And I was there doing these lines out of Harry Potter, and then somebody had me doing it yesterday as well. I won't say who, but they did. I left the bin out there for weeks until they finally emptied it. Felt like a little win, yeah. Gotta be done, Heather. Your father was a swine. Your father was a swine. Get out, Potter. Thank God I've not seen any films. Hello, Shirali Jurayev. Shirali Jurayev. Yes, Sanger knows what I'm on about. Your father was a swine. Get out, Potter. How's your bug doing, Stuart? Is it still bugging you? 'Cause I can hear it. 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 Tired and shoulders are aching. You've got a bit of summit. Something's bugging you, pardon the pun. My son thought I was listening to Professor Snape. Well, somebody came on this morning, sang, and said, read this line, and it was something like, I can't remember the line, it was something like, turn to page 394. And then there was another line after it, and I can't remember. Who is it says, Steve, he says, fourth, and Steve says, you should start reading books, you get money for it. Reading books? I name my bug after crypto. Call me sentimental, lol. I'm very dark here. But yeah, it's going dark here as well, Sanger. Amazing, on camera it looks light, but I can assure you it's a lot darker than what it looks on camera. Funny how cameras make things look lighter than what they are. You know. It's even when I look through my camera, everything looks lighter. Weird. Yeah, I've just looked, it just popped up on my homepage. Gamazda, deep purple, smoke over the water, piano cover. Gamazda. Deep purple, smoke over the water, cover. Magpie annoyed at something. Could you hear it? Could you hear the magpie singing? Or is that at your end? You know when it's getting a bit... Hello, Leyland. Leland. Stephen Caldwell, Channel 4 this Sunday, Guy Martin programme about 200 years of rail travel. Might be worth a watch, yeah. Guy Martin, is it the, Guy Martin, is that his name? Sorry. I thought you were saying a guy called Martin. Because I watch a chap on YouTube who's called Martin, and he does a bit on trains and stuff as well. What he's called him, Martin Summer. I love watching a race around the world. But I'll take your word for it, crypto. Hello, Jams Hibek Yuldashev. How are we doing? And that's an hour since, and I'm still here. Make sure you drink plenty. That's the one. Drink plenty of water. Yeah. If you're ever feeling crook, drink plenty of water. Take something to bring temperature down. Yeah. Tell when it's getting dark. You can see the ground signals on them, on the sidings just over to the right. You can actually see the red lights of the ground signals. I just had some Lemsip water. Yeah, it sounds like flu of some sort when you're aching and you're feeling rough. That's very flu-like. Is it the usual? Is what the usual? The where I am, yeah, it is. If you're on about where I am, yeah. It's when all these bugs come about. It's the bug time of year. Always amazes me how many people are ill over Christmas. There's something about Christmas, but there's loads of people always ill at Christmas. I don't know what the hell it is, but it is. Yeah. It's a funny old time of year. Our 2 kids had COVID at Christmas, yeah. I had COVID loads of times, me. That's why I didn't bother taking any more of them silly jabs. I seem to have it more after I have it jabbed than what I did before. But that first time I had COVID, my God, I was ill. Jesus. Thankfully, it was only short-lived. It only lasted 1 day, but God, I was ill. With that ill, I had fish and chips. I'll never forget it because I bought fish and chips from a fish and chip shop in Fleetwood. And I sat in my car and it come on me in seconds. I just felt so ill. And I couldn't eat them. And I just sat there and I put my seat back in the car. I went right up front of her and then parking slots at Fleetwood. And I just led back on the seat and I just led there for a couple of hours. I felt so ill. Then I drove home and went straight to bed. And that was the first year of COVID when I got it. And the following day I was fine. Just literally, it was a 1 day of a job. So ill, and then following day I was okay. And then since then I had it a few times, but nothing like that. Here goes the track cleaning train. Hello Antonio Calvo Villa, how are we doing? Yeah, that train's the track cleaner. It sprays hot water and chemicals and God only knows what on the track. You notice where it's been, the rails are nice and shiny and clean and, well, wet. Pardon me. Anyway people, I'm definitely going now. It's getting dark here and I don't like being here at this time of night now. It's funny, the clouds in front of me have got like a pink hole in the middle. Weird. But very strange looking. But yeah, it's definitely time to call it a do. I've been here for hours. I was in Hong Kong, then took it early in June. What straits mean? Ready to scare the pants off you? Yeah, that's me. Yes. I shall catch you all later. Thanks for being here. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for double tapping and all that business. Hello, Teresina Batista Falcio. And I'll catch you all later. Thanks for watching, folks. Even though it takes me a minute to disassemble things. Catch you later, Crypto, Tim, Sanger, Stuart, and everybody else. That's the end for today. Put enough hours in on this one today. I think I've done about 8 hours today on quiet, if not more. Certainly won't be doing an early one in the morning because I've got the gym 11 till 12. And tonight at 9 o'clock it's time for watch Jeanette doing a bit of cooking. Catch you all later, folks. Goodbye. Whoops. There you go, I'll just give a quick view of where I am. See a plane in the distance coming into, I don't know where it's going, that plane. Looks like it's landing. Better not land here. No train. Plane headlights there. Catch you all later, folks. Bye-bye.